everyone. Well, soccer, or as it's commonly known worldwide, football is a sport that unites. Freestyle football is a sport that excites. And today, in Salvador de Bahia, in Brazil, we are going to celebrate the crowning of a world champion in freestyle soccer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Red Bull Street Style World Final, and you can see a little bit of rain coming down. My name is Troy Mannering, and I'm joined by Daniel Rozeboom from the Netherlands, who is a freestyle footballer and a pretty famous guy in his own country as far as the sport is concerned. You've done judging, you've done all the different sports, and now we're here, and you're doing my expert side here, and I'm really happy to have you alongside. Let's talk about what we're seeing right now, though, Daniel.
Yeah, thank you, Troy. Yeah, I'm very excited to be here. Yeah, it's been a year since we've been to Tokyo. Now we're in Brazil and Salvador. Yeah, I think it's going to be worth the waiting. I'm very excited.
Well, I mean, we got a little bit more waiting in front of us. You can see here our stage is completely soaking wet, but the people are still very excited about this event happening. Tears coming from the sky, tears from the folks here as well, because unfortunately we're going to have to move this whole thing inside. But the ballers, the freestyle footballers, have absolutely said they want to compete for the world championship status. They want to take this event and they want to take it to the next level. So we're going to move this onto our inside stage, which is actually covered up. And I think this is a really good thing, because these guys and girls that are competing for this world championship title are really, they want to go for it. They want to do it.
Absolutely. Well, the name says it all, Red Bull Street Style. This is street style. This can happen. The guys are excited, and it doesn't matter. We're going for it.
Well, and, you know, unfortunately, just even the smallest amount of rain makes it virtually impossible for these athletes to participate in their sport. Talk a little bit about what the problems are running into the rain that we have here for these guys when they have to do this.
Exactly. Well, in freestyle in general, but especially at this level, it's all about details. And it comes to things like surface has to be dry because you want to grip the ball. It has to be no wind and things like that. So all of those circumstances are very important so you can control the ball.
Okay, well, I mean, as you can see here, it's completely a wet situation. It's been raining for the last couple of hours. It has not really stopped raining. It slowed down considerably. We're still getting a drizzle here, so that's making it virtually impossible for us, as I said, to do this sport outside. So we're going to move it inside to our indoor practice area. Says a lot about the motivation of these athletes, though, that they want to continue to contest their possibility for world championship status, because this will be the first time in the history of this event where we've been rained out, and we're not going to let that happen, and the freestylers are not going to let that happen, which is awesome.
Yeah, you're totally right. Nothing is going to stop us. The guy worked really hard. They trained 4 hours, 5 hours, sometimes 6 hours a day. They've been waiting for this event for 1 full year, and nothing is going to stop. So it's going to be amazing. Like you can see, there's a huge queue of people wanting to go inside the area right now. So it's going to be great.
Okay, well, the official throw is from our sports director, Hayes Wheelis. We're going to hear from him right now as to what the situation is going to be.
Sports director and one of the inventors of Red Bull Street Style, please just let us know, how does rain influence this sport?
Yes, the game of freestyle football is quite technical. There's a lot of juggling the ball. There's a lot of jumping around. In fact, the guys are doing flips and tricks, you know, where they need a stable and dry ground. Also, the grip of the ball is critical to the execution of the tricks. Therefore, any kind of moisture or rain, in this case, lots of water, will create a massive challenge for the guys to perform at a world championship level.
Well, there you go. The official word is we're going to need a dry surface, absolutely, and we do have a primarily dry surface inside. And I mean, it's been set up always at all of the events where the freestylers have the main stage for the competition battles and a practice stage. Both stages are essentially exactly the same to give them the best opportunity to practice their routines, to have interaction with the other freestylers that are here. Talk a little bit about that practice zone that we have here and what a bonus it is for this sport to be able to have 2 zones that we can go to in such a situation.
Exactly. Well, freestylers are ready always. For them, it doesn't matter if they're inside, outside, on the street, on the court, as long as they can battle. That's the most important thing. And I actually think they appreciate the fact that we have a backup plan, and yeah, it's going to go great.
All right, well, it's going to take us a few minutes to get everything inside. I mean, we have a lot of cabling, we have a lot of cameras, and you can see here from our pictures there's a lot of people that were anticipating seeing the contest outside. It's really sorry for them because there was a ton of excitement in the streets here in the last couple of days watching all the qualification rounds and everything, but it's about the sport in this case, and we really, because of the motivation of these athletes, and we've had lots of discussions about it in the last little while, they're into it. They want to do it, and so we're going to move, as I said, everything inside. And while we do that, we're going to go back and have a quick review of the quarterfinals. We'll walk you through or the qualification round, and we'll walk you through all of that in a little bit. But before that happens, we'll just have a couple of pictures here of the folks on the sidelines. And again, really sorry for the gang here. They are super excited to see this action. And like I said, right off the top of the show, football unites. Freestyle football truly does excite, and they were super excited watching all the action from yesterday. Since 2008, this sport has been, what's the best way for me to put it, blossoming. It's been 2008, then there was a 2-year break to 2010, then another 2-year break to 2012. And the popularity has increased so much since 2008, or between 2008 and 2012, that we've gone to a yearly format now. And it's been 12, 13, and now 14 for the World Finals. And in 2008, that was a history maker for a lot of us because Céane Gagné from France was the very first world champion in freestyle football, and he's competed basically since then, only missing one world final to be a judge, and that's essentially here. Last year he competed, he didn't make it all the way to the final rounds, but he's one of those guys that's absolutely qualified to be a judge here, and I guess we could say he's one of the founding fathers of style in this sport. Tell me a little bit about what makes his type of freestyle so individual compared to others.
Yeah, you're right, Troy. Céane is an absolute legend in our sport. I remember very clearly back in 2008 when he was bringing this breakdance, b-boy kind of vibe to the scene. A lot of guys were influenced by football in that time, and Céane was like, hey, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to show you street style.
Cool. I mean, and we see all sorts of clips on YouTube, and if you're curious about that, you can also go on to YouTube and just search Céane or Céane Gagné freestyle footballer, and there is a ton of stuff that just exemplifies what this sport is all about. There are scenes in the streets where he's just putting on a show for people, because he feels like it. There's a great one where he just kind of invades a football game dressed up as an old man, and I mean, he's really promoting the sport in so many different ways, which is great to see. We have a few other judges. We'll talk about these guys a bit more later on. There's also a couple of special judges in there. Before that, though, let's take a look at the qualification rounds, and we'll get you through what's happened during that action yesterday. So the way this works here is we've got 3 minutes, 2 ballers, or in this case 2 freestylers, and 1 ball. And the object here is you've got 30-second blocks of competition to go through, and here we go. That is, in black, our current reigning world champion, Shimo from Poland.
That's it. On the left side we have Shimo, the reigning champion, and on the right side we have from Mexico, representing Cascacarita crew, Esteban.
His nickname El Pantera, but you said you prefer to call him Esteban.
Well, his real name is very hard to pronounce, so let's stick to Esteban. Starting off with some ground moves, straight away to the transition. Shimo is enjoying the vibe on stage. Some classic juggles, there we go. Small mistake.
Okay, now this here is what we call a big drop in this case. He completely loses control of the ball. The ball goes off the the stage, in this case out into the audience, that's going to be a major points deduction for him in this case, right?
Exactly, especially with the new rules where we changed from 1 to 2 ball. It's very important not to get the ball off the stage because you actually have to wait for your ball before it comes back.
And this is a thing that was decided by the freestylers recently. They voted 90% to say we want to use our own ball instead of using an official ball from the event. And, you know, benefit to the bowlers or to the freestylers as well as to the organizers of this event. They said, sure, bring your own ball. It's all good. And there you see the results from this qualification round. Shimo takes it, so continuing his roll towards perhaps another world title.
That's right. Next battle, we have a local favorite here, Ricardinho, only 16 years old, and he's a rising star in the world of freestyle football. The first battle is taking it up against Ina Sheldorf from Sweden, who's also young and very talented.
I was in the elevator with Ricardinho this morning, and he had a big grin on his face. I said, so are you ready? And he says, yeah, I don't speak English very well, but I can't wait to go.
That's it. Emil is starting off with a monster no-touch combo.
There's another young talented kid out of Sweden. We're watching him, and I mean, it's just amazing how well he's done under the pressure, considering that, you know, he's brand new in this World Championship event.
Yeah, I wish I could say I taught him everything, but it's not like that. See, this is a real good battle spirit. Ricardinho is actually answering the combo by doing a similar no-touch. Some side-to-side stalls, very nice, around the moon. Slowly transitioning into sit-downs.
5 seconds.
So the first vote from Sian goes to Ricardinho. He gets 2. Will it be the full pull? It is. But there you go. Ricardinho takes that battle down.
Yeah, the crowd is loving it.
Well done, guys.
Right now we're seeing Martin Schopp from Austria. Martin Schopp is one of the most unique bowlers in the world. He has a very unique way of moving his body on the stage. On the left side we have the local favorite, Pedrinho, the winner of the Open World Championships.
We should mention that this is a review. It's just from our action yesterday in the qualification round. So that's why, folks, that you're only seeing some of the highlights from that round yesterday. And nevertheless, you could see there's a ton of skill and fun out there.
There we go, some Hop the Worlds, taking it nice and easy into new shit.
No, that's actually a trick name.
Yeah, it's
New
a trick
shit.
name. It's actually a very old name for a new trick. I mean, a new trick. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So here we get to see some of that unique style from Martin.
There we go, signature move, putts. Small mistake. Ikali has a big influence for breakdance. Into the freeze. There it is, the backflip catch.
Para Martin from Austria. Os melhores momentos aí, rapaziada do Brasil. O que ele levanta? Fechou? Você manda, irmão. Cian Martin. Score. Pedrinho. Opa, de novo.
It's come down to one vote here.
De novo, Murilão. E o Murilo.
Pedrinho. So there you go, the local favorite gets through.
That's it.
All right, our next battle coming up from yesterday's qualification round is going to be Charlie against Gunther.
Yeah, that's right. Charlie was the runner-up last year. He lost his final against Shimo in Tokyo, and I think he's up for revenge. This is Gunther Celli from Footwork Crew in Italy. Two actually a very similar style. Both are very, very good in lower body combos. So let's see what's going to happen.
Would it be safe to call them power freestylers?
Well, usually in freestyle we call it air moves, but yeah, they sure have a lot of power, that's for sure.
Okay.
Charlie has a very nice and fluent style. You can see here that he combines low body combos together with slappers, and it's very nice because it's, he's mixing up the style straight into tradition to sit downs.
A fantastic transition too. Barely noticed what was happening, and all of a sudden he's on the ground, still juggling the ball.
Exactly. The good thing about Charlie is Charlie has no weak point. This is his own signature move. Very hard because you hardly don't see the ball. There we go into 3 revolution. Very nice with a small drop.
Ooh.
Nice roller coasters. Very smooth. He worked a lot on his upper since last year, you can tell. Because before he was only doing lower body moves, but now he's really transferred into a complete all-round freestyler. Very nice to see.
5 seconds.
And the freeze, there we go.
Itália, aqui no Pelourinho.
Well, let's see if it's going to be Argentina or Italy, Gunther or Charlie. Charlie.
Escora. Charlie. Murilo. Charlie.
Well, that's a full pull for Charlie. Nicely done.
Yeah, Charlie looking very sharp here.
So we've seen pairings from group 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're moving on to group 5 pairings. We're going to have 2 pairings from group 5 here.
Yeah, we have 2 freestyle veterans here on stage. We have Mifritz on the left side. It's actually the first time he competes in the Red Bull Street Style World Finals, but he's been around and for many years, and he's a very, very good freestyler. On the right side, we have Jura from Ukraine.
See a lot of Mifritz on the freestyle football fan pages.
That's right. He's very, very popular amongst freestylers because he has a very unique way of doing the tricks. Look, Toasto.
Michael Jackson would be proud.
5 seconds.
Yeah, especially on this square. Luquinhas against Sven from Luxembourg.
Now, this is the other pairing from group 5. This was an interesting group, which is one of the reasons why we are showing you 2 here.
I know Luquinhas very well because he was in Europe last summer, so I trained a lot with him. Very friendly and open guy, very nice guy. And a good freestyler, of course.
Well, you got to be good to make it to the Red Bull Street Style World Finals, and you don't get here by sheer luck.
That's it.
Luquinhas. Had some passion for you right there. All right, moving on to group 6 pairings. We've got Edward and Chris. One of the 3 Polish guys here. Krasinski. Big, tall boy. Lots of skill there.
That's it. And on the left side, we have Erlend from Norway. I think Erlend is maybe one of the biggest, if not the biggest talent at the moment in freestyle. Because he's really young, but the thing is that he has already developed an style and he hardly does not make any mistakes. So it's very promising for the future. Let's see what happens today. Very nice. With the stalls, some nice variations. Some uppers.
5 seconds.
Into dragon stall, very nice.
One of our judges right there, Rocky.
And the no touch, very nice. And the rake into top stall.
5
Very
seconds.
nice.
E quem gostou faz barulho! A escolha de Daniel.
It's a tight one.
1-1.
Let's see who takes this.
Decidir agora. Man.
Erlend.
Da Noga.
So one of those young guys moving on.
Yeah, really incredible freestyler.
All right, Group 7 pairing coming up here. Andrew from the United Kingdom.
Again, Hiroke from Japan. Both are actually favorites to go very far in the tournament, so it's really good to see two good freestylers already meeting each other so early on in the tournament. So I expect a lot from this one. It's very nice.
We also see a lot of talent coming out of Japan. We've got a world champion from Japan from 2012, I believe it was, yeah?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Hiroke beat Takura in the qualification, so that means he must have some skill. Some eye-to-eye stall, to side stall, some nice small touches.
Now, traditionally in soccer, you're not allowed to use your hands to manipulate the ball at all. But we do see the guys occasionally using their hands, although it's not really what they want to see here. What's the ruling on that? Because I've seen it a couple of times already.
Well, the official rule book says that it's not allowed to use hands, but some tricks are mildly accepted, like the carousel or the spinning on the finger. It's kind of okay as long as you don't use it to cover up mistakes. Andrew is a very strong freestyler. The good thing about Andrew is that he always comes with new stuff. If you do a good trick, he does the same trick, but with like 10% better. So he's very good.
Yeah, I watched him in practice in the practice stage a little bit the days past, and he's just a focused guy. I mean, really intense, on his own in the corner, not really interacting as much with the other guys during the training stuff. So like you say, you know, really, really, really focused on the sport.
Yeah, you're right. Andrew is actually an old rugby player, and you can tell in the way he freestyles, he has massive power in the muscles, so it really helps in freestyle.
So it's a full pull on 3 votes from Andrew there from the UK, and we move to our last pairing in this review from yesterday's qualification round. Group 8 pairing Bencock against Boyka. 2 very, very, very strong freestylers.
Yeah, you're totally right. On the right we have representing Street Style Society from Belgium, Soufiane Bencock. And we have Boyka from Colombia. Both are actually favorites to win the title here. So, yeah, let's see. Boyka is enjoying his time on the stage. He looks very relaxed.
Bit of the South American support going on there in the background.
That's it. Earlier on, you were talking about Seyan Garnier being a good football player and doing all the nutmeg stuff and things. Soufiane Bencock is actually very good in that as well. Very good street football player. Very all-round, very small touches, very fast. The good thing about Soufiane Bencock is that he's really fast in doing separate tricks. So that means that if you have 30 seconds, he usually does double amount of the tricks than the opponent actually does. Backflip catch, there we go.
Wow.
This trick got very popular after Takura won Rebel Street Style in 2012 because he did it there.
5 seconds.
Rastaman keeping the energy up for everyone.
Muito bem. Já vimos os melhores momentos. Vamos acompanhar. Boyka de Colombia. Daniel.
So Boyka gets the first vote. Bencock gets the second vote. Ooh, Daniel.
So it's up to you, man. It's up to you. Who won the battle? Quem venceu a batalha?
Nam the Man is the final vote in this one. Will it be Bencock or Boyko?
Give it up.
Bencock it is.
You know, battles like this where both are like equally good almost.
That's a tough call.
It's not even a matter of difficulty, it's almost a matter of taste as well.
All right, so we're back to our live images here from the City of Happiness. And as you can see there, the rain has made it virtually impossible for us to do anything outside. As I look out our window here, and it's still drizzling slightly outside, but still as we mentioned off the top of the show, any amount of rain is making it impossible for our freestylers to put on a very good show here. So our object now is to have everybody ready to go inside. The decision was a community decision between the producers, the TV group, and primarily the freestylers. They said, hey, listen, we want to do this. We want a contest. We want to have a final decision for a world champion in freestyle football. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to move inside to our covered area, and we can see here, it's the official call, delayed due to rain, and yeah, we'll get you inside as soon as possible so that we can get some action underway for you here at the Red Bull Street Style World Final in Salvador, Brazil. So through those doors right there in that greenhouse is where we're going to go. As you can see us up there in the window. I'm maybe not seeing us wave, unfortunately. And now we take a look at our practice stage. Different situation altogether. The rain is away. They've taken a little bit of time to really clean off this stage and make sure that it's completely dry. As we mentioned earlier, rain is not good, and they've got this stage prepared and ready to go. The freestylers are ready to go. We've got our camera equipment in there, cabling and all is set up. The judges are off to the side there, you can see, and we're going to introduce you to our full judging panel shortly. That will also include Sion Gagne, who we were talking about earlier on. And we'll get this action going as we take a look at some of the ladies that will be competing today. Indy on the left-hand side, coming out of the USA. Actually, the only American competitor here for both men and women.
Yeah, that's right. Unfortunately, we do not have a male competitor from the United States this year.
Now, why is that? I mean, normally you have fairly strong freestyle footballers coming out of the USA, but only represented by the ladies this time.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, there's good freestylers all around the world and also in North America, but this year, for some reason, yeah, it didn't work that way. Everybody patiently waiting till the big show starts. This lady is enjoying the show. That's good.
Well, Salvador, known for its party atmosphere. Biggest street party in the world happens here every year. Regular gatherings, and I mean, we've witnessed this over the weekend that we've been here. Every night after we've walked to the top of the hill, there's a plaza up at the top where we get our bus, and every evening there are people sitting out there listening to music, playing drums. You even see capoeira groups getting going up there, just having fun, and it's a really nice, peaceful atmosphere and a lot of fun to witness. I sat there yesterday waiting for the bus to come, and it was just fun to watch. I mean, the people watching is incredible, and everybody's just having a good time here. It's a great place.
Yeah, you're right. The Brazilians in general, they love to do outside. I mean, they eat outside, they play football outside. Yeah, their whole social life is actually outside. Yeah, too bad it rains today, but like you can see, we have an amazing plan B, and it's going to be awesome here. Freestylers are backstage now warming up for the big day.
There's Alice from France next to Indy.
I hope they're not doing the rain dance.
Well, we got something special lined up here. In just a minute or so, we're going to have the opening of our official event with the Holodrum drums, which is very well known here.
Yeah, we all know it from the Michael Jackson video, of course.
And after that, if my information is correct, we'll go into semi-final and final action for our ladies competition.
Yeah, that's right. It's very nice to see the female scene developing so much in recent years. There's not so many competitors as the men, but you can tell that they're really, really hungry for improving. And yeah, it's very nice to see.
We were watching some of the girls yesterday when they were practicing and training, and we were both sitting there commenting that a few of them could very potentially compete against the men without any issue at all.
Absolutely, especially the top 2, top 4 of the girls could. I actually would love to see them one day.
All right, here comes our drum corps.
Sejam bem-vindos ao Red Bull Street Style, final Salvador, Bahia! Muito bem, e a gente vai agora apresentar os atletas, os 16 atletas do masculino.
So there you have it, the Olodrum drum corps set to open things for us.
É o Red Bull Street Style 2014.
Yeah, if it's something that's typical Brazilian, then it's the drums.
So the introduction of our ladies. Let's hear a little bit about these girls.
Yeah, here we have Laura Lala Biondo, who's representing both Venezuela and Italy, actually, because her parents are from those two countries. Emil from Sweden, one of our youngest competitors. Gunther Jelly from Footwork Crew. Kwiatkowski from Poland. There's actually 3 Polish guys in this competition, so they're very, very strong.
And 3 Brazilian guys too, I understand.
Yeah, that's right. 3 Brazilians, 3 Polish. And there used to be 2 Norwegians as well, but unfortunately Tobias Bex didn't make it to the final day. Esteban from Mexico.
El Pantera.
Ricardinho from Brazil, he's only 16 years old. Morten Schopp from Austria. And Charlie from Argentina. Andrew stretching a bit. You can tell Erland is enjoying the show already.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm ready.
I think he's absorbing everything that's happened here. I saw him down there with his mom earlier, and I think they were just kind of letting everything soak in while they were enjoying the atmosphere of the event and the town and the people.
Yeah, you're right. His parents looked really, really worried before the battles, but after he started to win a few, they were really happy. The girl's looking a little bit nervous, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say there's some butterflies going on there. So they'll clear up the stage. The drum crew will clear up the stage as well.
In general, the male competitors have a little bit more experience in performing for audiences like this, so it's quite understandable that the girls feel the pressure a little bit.
Although I will say Alice has very good presence when it comes to playing with the crowd and stuff. I think that comes a lot from, you know, her and Sian competing together and doing shows together and stuff.
Not just that, it's also that in general it's a fan's attitude. The fans are like, I'm here, take it or leave it, I'm gonna do this, and I'm here to win. You know, that real street vibe. It's very nice.
Well, they got that, you know, like you mentioned off the top, they've got a big street culture of performances. You know, Marcel Marceau, the famous mime, is one of the perfect examples of where it all stems from.
Yeah, you're right. It's everything from painting to street performing to music. It's all very big in France.
Interesting that the last two events that we've had, Tokyo and here in Brazil, there's been drum corps that have come out, and the taco drummers in Tokyo and here now.
That's right, yeah. I guess it fits very nice to the street kind of vibe that you have in events like this. It really hypes up the crowd as well.
A se apresentar, salve de palmas para Nam the Man.
All right, so there we see our judges. That's Nam the Man. He's actually from Ireland, but has Vietnamese parents, so he has a bit of a choice of who he can represent. Next to him is Pavel Skora.
Pavel Skora is a real legend in our sport. I'm very, very happy to see him today in the panel.
One space over from Pavel is Rocky.
From Colombia.
Shirt and tie both days. What a class act, eh?
That's it.
Next to him, as we mentioned earlier on, is one man that's absolutely qualified to be a judge here, Sian Gagné, the first, and still first, and will always be the first freestyle world champion in freestyle soccer, freestyle football. And a very special judge, former Brazil captain, 1994 World Cup winner, and an absolute honor to have him here. It is Rai.
A 1994 world champion. In football, of course.
Yes.
Fica à vontade ali, meu querido. Vamos ver como será hoje o nosso Red Bull Street Style. Mais uma salva de palmas, senhoras e senhores.
I had a little chat with him before the competition today, and he's really into it. He loves freestyle football so much.
Aí, nosso querido Rai cumprimentando, ele que já participou ali dos nossos ensaios pela manhã, tomando o seu lugar entre o Skora e o Rocky. O Rai, nosso super convidado especial, presente aqui na final.
All right, so our judging panel is complete. 5 judges. We'll be keeping an eye on the full myriad of things that's happening on stage. Let's be a little bit more specific, though, about what it is these judges are going to be focusing on. Are they looking at the tricks? Are they looking at the flow and smoothness and creativity? Are there any one specific thing that's going to be taken care of by one judge or the other, or is this an all-around look?
Well, all judges are actually looking at the overall performance of the freestylers, but within that all-around performance, there are several criteria. There were style, creativity, control, difficulty, stage presence, and the amount of mistakes you make during those 3 minutes in a battle. So we're looking at the complete freestyle.
All right, and there you see our bracket for our semi-final for the ladies.
Yes, 3 of those 4 girls have actually competed before at the Red Bull Street Style World Final. Kitty is the defending champion. Then we have Melody and Laura, and they both competed as well. And then we have a new girl from Poland, Auguszka. That's her nickname.
She was looking pretty strong yesterday in the qualification round, so looking forward to seeing how she comes now into a semifinal situation, if the nerves are going to play a role, because you did see her on stage just beforehand, and I think one of the reasons why you mentioned the girls are looking a little nervous was she was the first one to race off the stage when it said, okay guys, come on.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, let's see if we can get an upset here. I mean, Kitty has been winning the 2 previous editions, and let's see if she can go for a strike.
Well, will it be a hat trick for Kitty, or, yeah, like you say, will it be an upset?
We'll start with the first battle here. Kitty from Hungary against Augushka from Poland. Always give the respect to each other. It's very nice to see.
That's one thing I noticed about the girls the other day. They were just kind of in a group. They were messing around with each other, but in a friendly way. You know, throwing the ball at each other and just having fun. And the guys, you know, they were still having fun, but it was a different kind of dynamic there.
I guess it's also because the guys are full-time professionals. And for the girls, it's maybe more, you know, I wouldn't say a hobby, a passion. Let me put it that way. Augushka starting off very strong with the lower body combination here.
I don't think it's going to be long before we're going to see a few of these girls taking that full-time profession on.
Oh yeah, I think so as well. Into transition to uppers, very nice, smooth. Her style on the uppers is very nice. And to the carousel.
We hooking back up, and when they bang us in the club, baby, you got to get up.
She was going for the Nori clutch, so unfortunately she missed it. Kitty replying with a combo. That's Kitty's strongest point. She hardly doesn't make any mistakes. There we go, around the moon. Into a mouth stall. Top head stall. She's looking at her opponent like, no way you're going to take this battle.
A bit of a psych out there. Now you'll see them do their, we'll call them runs in 30-second blocks during this battle. 3 minutes, 2 freestylers, and 1 ball. And they have 30-second blocks to pull their routines out. And it makes it interesting and more fair, frankly.
Exactly, and that's also the way the judges see it. 3 sets of 30 seconds. And you can kind of see it as if the one freestyle is better in the first set, you can say it's 1-0. Then they become 1-1 or 2-1, so that's easier to decide who wins. Augushka doing a Yusuke stole there, very nice.
You can see the nerves playing a role though here for Augusta for sure. Kitty back at it.
Soul juggles, hyper soul. Shin juggles, very nice control. Small mistake here by Kitty. And the transition.
Well, so far, I think we've seen the majority of the mistakes happening on Augusta's side, and right now, she just can't seem to get control of the ball in this last 30-second block of hers, and Kitty has the advantage now of having one more 30-second block to finish off. So unless Augusta can really come with something big here, I don't know if she's going to have enough to take down the reigning champion.
Yeah, we'll see. The problem with Augushka is sometimes that she takes a bit too much risk. Kitty's going to go for lemon.
Wow.
It's amazing. Yes, alternative lemon. That was really cool. Augushka was actually cheering for Kitty because she was hoping to do the combo. That's very nice. Very
and that's going to do it. So it's going to come down to a judging decision now, but I think you and I are both fairly clear on where this is going to go. So we take a look back at some of the highlights here.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Augushka was doing really well in the first 2 sets, but on the last round, she actually seems like she gave up a little bit. She had a few mistakes, and that's usually a problem in freestyle. That once you start to make that 1 or 2 drops, you kind of it's hard to recover from that. Well, we'll see whether maybe the judge think different.
Muito bem. Estava de olho no replay, agora estão aparecendo as meninas Como nós
You
estávamos
can see they're
comentando,
tense.
meu querido,
They're waiting for the
Sergio,
result.
tivemos uma
Yeah, she's
transição,
still
ela saiu
nervous,
muito bem,
even
sit
after the
down,
thing's done.
já ia
So
rapidinho
you know there's
pro
a,
outro, dava um
a
rolezinho
fair
ali
amount of
pelo
passion
roller,
going on
pelo
here as far as
roller,
wanting to do well in this
mandaram bem
competition.
demais.
Yes, you're on TV. Hello.
This is actually Yusuke from Japan. He's actually the creator of the trick that Kitty did in this battle. He came all the way from Japan to visit this competition.
So Namdaman will be our first judge to make a call here. Let's see if it's going to be Augusta or Kitty. Kitty.
Kitty!
Skora chooses Kitty as well. Rai. Yeah. So 3 out of 5. It's pretty clear where this is going to go. Rocky. It's been
What
the
a
look
character.
all weekend long from him. What a character. And Sean Gagne also chooses Kitty. So Kitty moves through from the semifinal to the final. Once again, we'll see the reigning champ in the final.
Yusuke looking very happy. He was the runner-up in 2008 in the final against Seiyan Gagne in 2008, the first edition. I'm really impressed by Kitty. Kitty always, I don't know how she does it, but she always wins. There we go for the second semi-final. On the left side we have Melody representing Street Style Society from France. And on the right side we have Laura Biondo. Especially these two girls have really stepped up their game last year, so I expect a lot from this battle. Oh, very nice clipper by Laura. Some blocking, small mistake, into our place.
Well, you can see the amount that she's obviously been practicing from last year to this year and previous years. A lot of new combos in her routine.
Yeah, she looks more confident, let me put it this way. Gonna go for the handstand. Melody replying with a combo. Into some blocking, a slapper, into upright. Very nice, small, solid, creative touch. Into Nori clutch, there we go.
Almost.
Lemons, clipper, very nice. From around the world. Into transition sit down. Some X overs, some crossovers.
Melody right back at it, getting in there fast. She wants to use that time as much as she possibly can.
Yeah, she's hungry, you can tell. She wants to win. Very nice.
Oh, wow.
There she
That
goes.
was a big transition.
Yusuke stall on both sides, from strong foot to weak foot. Very impressive. He's laughing. He's like, she's doing my trick.
Well, when you start at the beginning, a lot of the tricks are going to be attributed to, you know, the pioneers and the early guys.
Oh, Laura doing pixie stole very hard into the launch.
And she kept control of it.
Yes.
Fantastic. Melody keeping a close eye on that clock in the background.
I think it all comes down to this round. Really nice pass. This is her signature trick. Giving Laura the attitude. I think this is going to be an easy one.
No,
for the
this is
judges.
definitely not going to be an easy one. I mean, that was two super clean contestants in this battle. It's going to be very difficult for these judges. And I mean, I'm glad I'm sitting here with you, Daniel. And you've done the judging job before, so I can imagine when you're up there, it's a bit nerve-wracking, you know, because you're also friends with these people out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I expect a 2-1 score here, not a 3-0. Can go both ways. Very nice. Melody has been working a lot on her acrobatics lately.
All right, let's see who it's going to be. Judging decision time, Melody or Laura?
As duas já estão ali, devidamente ajustadas. Now we go.
Nam the man.
Judges, começando com Nam the Man.
Melody gets a vote.
Score!
And that's 2 for Melody.
Nosso convidado, craque Raí. E aí, Raí? E aí, Raí?
Wow, 3.
A decisão do Rocky.
Laura.
Venezuela. E o nosso glorioso Cian.
There we go.
So 4-1. A little bit more than we expected on one side than the other, but still it was a good battle between these two girls. So Melody will be going to the final against Kitty. Laura will be competing in the small final or consolation final against Augusta.
Yeah, it's very nice. I think you could say we have the dream final here at the ladies. Kitty versus Melody. It's going to be amazing. Both Melody and Laura were favorites from the beginning, but it's Melody that takes it to the final.
And that was I'm Gonna Get You Next Year, Melody. All right, and you can see our crew working there. It's a big deal. So Kitty going up against Melody in the final.
Let's see if they actually can step up their game, because both Kitty and Melody has battled a lot. They battled against each other also several times, and both have won tournaments. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they bring new tricks to the final.
A hashtag tudo junto, hashtag Jogo da Velha, Sustanindo, nem dizer que quiser chamar.
This is Diego from Brazil, old school freestyler, been around for many years.
The whole crew's back there.
Já vou subir a minha. Quem quiser me seguir também, pode seguir Max DN. Quem quiser seguir o Cadu Cortez. Aí, levanta a mão aí, geral, que tá ao contrário da gente aí.
Rapaziada.
You know who's noticeably missing for me is Azun.
Muito bem.
Yes, Azen is not here now. You're right. I don't think he's competing anymore, to be honest.
After the win in South Africa, I think it was he won, wasn't it?
Actually, he was in Lecce in 2012, but unfortunately he did not make it to top 16. And I think afterwards he decided to leave the competing to the next generation.
Well, in between each of these battles, we could see our crew out there, as I was mentioning, making sure that that floor is dry. Melody taking a quick check of the floor as well. Off the top of the show, we said super important that there's just no moisture at all on the ball or on the floor, because that can be disastrous for a routine. But not only that, you know, one small move slipping up on a wet patch and you can end up hurting yourself. So it's real important that we take care of these athletes in between.
Oi, Kitty starting off with a Tuzani alternative Michi, no touch combo, very nice. Some Hop the World. She's on fire, you can tell.
Oh yeah, the attitude is starting to mix it in right now.
Yeah. She just saves it.
Great catch.
Gonna try Jordan stall. There we go. It was actually good because Melody actually dropped the ball, but she tried to cover it up.
But I don't think it actually hit the ground because she managed to get that catch with her knees so quickly. So, I mean, you know, the judges are quite aware of what's going on there, but the fact that she got over there so quickly and managed to catch it has to play a role in how those are going to be, you know, acquired points-wise.
Yeah, you're right. If you make a mistake, always do it with a smile.
Yeah.
Very nice. Some uppers in opposite direction. Very nice transition to uppers. He's responding with some uppers now.
Oh, meu Deus, meu querido!
Very nice. Some headstand juggling.
Mandando muito, mandando muito!
Spinning soul stall. To the kick up. Yes.
Wow. Fantastic finish. All right, 2 blocks to go here.
Spinning soul, very nice.
Wow, this is going to be a really tough call for these judges. Another near impossible call. Very good, almost perfect routines by these two ladies.
Yeah, you're right. This is one of the best female batters I've ever seen, actually. Both have really stepped up the game. Very nice. Very nice.
And that's a serious amount of intensity right there. 5 seconds to go.
Small touch by the hand back. If we thought the semi-final was hard to decide, I think this one is even much harder.
Yeah. I can't even imagine. Okay, Kitty or Melody? Melody or Kitty? Judges' decision coming up as we take a look back at some of the slow-mo action. And there's that catch. Just gets there in time. I mean, that's reaction for you.
Yeah, that was a really good save. I can tell you one thing, Troy. One of those ladies is not going to be happy tonight.
No.
Quem das meninas será campeã do Red Bull Street Style 2014?
Nan the Man's going to start off our judging process here. Let's see if it's going to be Kitty or Melody.
Vamos então para a decisão dos jurados. Let's go for you judges. Começando com... Deu uma checada. Nan the Man.
Melody.
Bate palma aí, galera! E agora vamos ver a decisão do nosso querido Score.
I feel their nerves over here.
Yeah, I'm tense.
Yeah.
Melody gets 2.
Nosso convidado especial, vamos ver.
She's going to burst into tears if she gets it. Let's see.
Yeah, she's going to go crazy.
Right. Melody, oh my goodness. There you go. Called it.
Unbelievable. I'm so happy for her.
Wow. A full pull, all 5 for Melody.
Years of training, and then this is what happens.
Good for her. Congratulations to Melody from France for the fantastic final up against Kitty, Augusta, and Laura. They battled well, but just weren't quite there. But you know what? There's time for them to really work it up and they can take a little bit of inspiration from these two ladies that were in the final.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. I mean, she always had the potential to win, but for some reason on stage, she just quite couldn't get there. But now finally she managed to win, so I'm very happy. And also great job by Kitty, of course.
Yeah. I think also though the confidence on stage comes with experience, and you know it's been a few years for her now, and I think there's that amount of training that goes into it. Of course, you get the confidence with the training, and then being in the situation, it just helps the overall package once you get there. And a big congratulations go out to Melody, who is your new Freestyle Football World Champion here at the Red Bull Street Style World Finals 2014. Good job. And that is a lot of pressure just exploding out of her right there, right?
This was only the females.
A gente está realizando aqui com toda a segurança para os atletas, obviamente os melhores do mundo.
All right, our men's round of 16 will be coming up here. Our first heat's going to be Szymon Skalski, aka Shimo, going up against Emil.
Yes, it's new generation against old generation. Let's see what's going to happen.
And our reigning world champion will be having to defend his title right off the hop.
I saw Emil warming up backstage, and he's on fire. So let's see if he can actually bring that energy to the first round.
There you see our bracket for these battles. 16 athletes at the highest level of this sport, and we're going to whittle them down to a final and a small final.
Yeah, like you can see, we have a lot of new names this year. A lot of new young talent coming through from all corners in the world. Let's see if they can take over. Crowd is waiting for the first round to start.
Assim que você estiver pronto com aquele som bacana, aí nós vamos tirar mais uma onda, porque vamos agora para os rapazes, meu querido. Vamos chamar então agora.
Let's see if Shimo is able to win his second Red Bull Freestyle World Finals. It never happened before, but there's a first for everything.
Well, I mean, in the women's bracket, we've had Kitty 2 times in a row, and being dethroned just this year by Melody, which we just witnessed. Shimo, I mean, he's in tough. There's never been a back-to-back winner. It's come close with Sian 1 year, but you know, the level of competition is just insane. So we're gonna see how this first battle goes down between Shimo and Emil.
Always the respect between the freestylers is very important. Shimo starting off nice and slow and easy with a combo.
You mentioned something to me earlier when we were talking yesterday that was interesting for me, is that winning a world title here means that you get a lot of tour dates, you get a lot of shows and a lot of other things that really makes it difficult for you to practice. And I thought about that a little bit, and I thought, well, you know, maybe those tours and those show dates is a type of practice. So I don't know, where's your headspace on this?
Well, both yes and no. It's very good for consistency because you do a lot of shows and you train your tricks, but when it comes to this level, you actually have to practice new tricks, and that's quite hard.
Emil looking good, starting off very strong here.
Oh yeah.
Wow!
This is an absolutely mind-blowing combo by Emil from Sweden. This was a 30-second combo, well done. .360, very nice.
Well, Shimo doesn't look like he's lost a step, to be quite honest with you.
The good thing with Shimo is that he does not have any weak points. He has uppers, he has lowers, he has ground moves, he has sit-downs, acrobatics, everything.
Haha, good finish, throws it to Emil.
Yeah, you can tell that Shimo really knows when the 30 seconds are over, because he really times it that he...
Oh! Big mistake by Emil.
You sit down. Very nice and clean.
5 seconds.
Into the transition.
All right, last 2 blocks.
Se você perceber a transição, Cadu, tá muito forte. A rapaziada já sai diretamente de longe, já vai para o sit down.
Very nice. Both strong and weak foot, so stall.
Últimos 30 segundos.
Oh, 720.
That is incredible. I mean, so far we've seen 2 near flawless battle heats from these guys. I mean, 1 mistake by Emil really is all I saw.
Meu Deus, que batalha foi essa? Que batalha foi essa? A cara de todo mundo é de indignação. Então, por favor, vai continuar.
Just incredible, and in the slow-mo it even looks fast.
That's unbelievable. The hard thing with this trick is that it's purely on the feeling, because you don't see the ball. The orientation is completely gone, even if you spin 1 time, and he does it 2 times. There's only maybe 2 or 3 people in the world that can actually do this.
Para ver quem passa as quartas de final, a gente está vendo aí no telão. Na tela mais uma vez, olha só, uma dobra no chão aí do Shimo. Sit down.
Muito bem, tá aí, Shimo e Emil, Polônia e Suécia.
All right, will it be Shimo or will it be
Let's
Emil?
go for the judges' decision. Começando lá na ponta.
Oh, by the way, folks, this is now single elimination. It's once you're out, you're out. Emil gets the first vote from Nam the Man.
Ah, vai ser duríssima. Now according scorer.
Shimo.
Olha aí, tá
Are we going to see an upset here?
Interesting. Shimo.
Personally, I think that Shimo was slightly more all-round.
And Emil did have 1 mistake that was fairly major, dropping the ball in his battle round here. Let's see if Shimo gets the 3rd one. Ooh, we're tied up. It's anybody's game right now. So it's all about the last judge.
Oh my, what's going to happen?
Sion Gagne. Oh, the pressure is on for Sion as well. Wow, wow, wow.
Sion, who won this battle?
Shimo gets it. Oh boy, that's a close battle right there.
He is really relieved. He wasn't sure.
Upset this year.
Unbelievable. He's really happy, you can tell. I don't think he was seeing it coming, that Emil was that good.
But you know what, if you think about it, from Emil's standpoint, I mean, with the exception of that last vote, he was tied up with Shimo right there, the current world champion. So that says a lot about Emil, and he can be proud of how he participated and how he battled here in this one.
Oh, I agree. He did everything he could.
I don't think it's going to be long before we see Emil on the top of that podium. So good job for him. Congratulations to Shimo for moving on. And now we go to battle number 2. It's Pedrino going up against Gunther Celli and Pedro Oliveira.
Yeah,
Brazil versus Italy.
Very interesting battle because both have actually a similar style. So it's going to be about the details and mistakes, I think, in this one.
Era isso que eu queria te perguntar agora. Senhoras e senhores, ele está em campo.
Both have a very aggressive style. They don't do small touches, they only do the hardcore stuff. Gringo drying his shoes to make sure everything is nice and grippy on the stage. Pedrinho starting off with a polo around the world, free revolution, very nice. Do the no touch. Some uppers, very fast, very nice. A roller.
5 seconds.
Trying to squeeze in as many tricks as you can. Alternative to Zani combo is really well known for this. There we go. Very strong. It's a little bit repetitive, so I don't know what the judge is going to say about this.
Yeah, that's the difference we saw right there, you know. I mean, Pedrinho was throwing in as much as he can, you mentioned, trying to get as many tricks in the 30 seconds as possible, as Gunther, you know, was just really working that one trick and that one combo.
Exactly, he was trying to do all different disciplines of freestyle, like uppers, sit-downs, and lowers in one session. Use Pistol again, very nice, rolling it back up. This was a good example of it wasn't a mistake, but it didn't work out the way you wanted. And the judges will see that.
5 seconds.
Struggling on the Abdullah trick. That wasn't his best round.
Wait, where's my ball?
He was going for the capoeira there. Like you can tell, he has a freestyle football tattoo on his calf. Kick off head stall. And the Nori clutch.
5 seconds.
And the backflip, yeah. Well.
Faça barulho para Pedrinho. E vamos de Itália agora. Gunther da Itália. Tirando onda.
Very nice and smooth upper rollers. But again, slightly on the repetitive side.
5 seconds.
That's it.
Uma salva de palmas.
Pedrinho cheering for Gunther, very nice.
E para
Gunther da
You know, most of those
Itália.
guys have known each other for many years, so they're friends.
Será que deu Brasil?
I mean, I think that's fairly common in you know, freestyle sports. It doesn't matter what it is, if it's BMX, mountain bike, motocross, or freestyle football. You know, these guys are a small group, you know, and compared to traditional sports, and so they have to kind of stick together, you know?
Yeah, that's right. It's a very tight and yeah, friendly community, I would say.
Pedrinho using his mind meld to try and get the judges on his side. All right, we got a vote for Pedrinho, a vote for Gunther.
We'll be really surprised if Rai doesn't vote for Pedrinho.
Pedrinho.
2-1, quem vai ficar para a última
Rocky
decisão?
is
Ou
vote
será
up
que não?
next.
Rocky!
Wow, it's another 2-2 tie.
2-2,
So it comes down to Sion
Mais
once
uma vez,
again.
Olha só a torcida. Now we go. Você a decisão.
Pedrinho.
Very nice, very nice. To be honest, I think Pedrinho deserved to win this one.
Senhoras e senhores, após Pedrinho.
So we have one Brazilian to the next round. Let's see if we get two more.
And there you see a look at our outside area. The big screens are on, so people are getting a chance to watch it. So it's very cool.
Muito bem, que decisão, hein, rapaz? Ficou com o Sion a última decisão e o Ricardo.
Salvador da Bahia, Brazil is the setting for the 2014 Red Bull Street Style World Final. The best freestyle footballers in the world have gathered in the City of Happiness to contest for the title of World Champion. Who will it be? Stay tuned to find out. Hey everyone, Troy Mannering here with you, and alongside me is Daniel Rosenboom, a multi-talent in this sport, competitor, judge, and artist, but for today, he hangs all that up to be our sports expert. Thanks for joining us today, Daniel.
Thanks, Troy. Like you mentioned, you could say I'm a true street style veteran. I'm very excited to be back in the country where everything started back in 2008, both for me as a freestyler and Red Bull Street Style. We started with more than 40 athletes, but only 16 have made it to the finals. But before we start, let's have a look at the rules and regulation video.
Red Bull Street Style was created to give the freestyle football community a head-to-head format. It's 3 minutes, 2 players, and 1 ball.
I go for 30 seconds, do my hardest tricks, goes to the next player, he's got 30 seconds, back and forth like that till the end of the battle.
Judging is based on overall impression. The players are looking to leave a lasting impression so that they can advance to the next stage.
You need to take your ball and show to your opponent what is your style. You have to represent yourself. It's not just about doing the hardest tricks, it's about doing them with style.
There's so many different styles. They should all be recognized. They should all be taken into consideration.
You can be the best every single round, but you make that one mistake in one round, that's it, your chances are gone.
We started the weekend with 51 players. By the end, there will be 1 Red Bull Street Style World Champion.
One champion, that's what we're looking for. Just one today, and we're going to take a look really quickly at our judges here. So there we have Nam the Man, a former Red Bull Street Style European champion, the Irish-born baller of a Vietnamese descent. Nam Nguyen brings a wealth of experience to our judging panel. He'll be joined by Skora, the 2011 Freestyle World Champion. Pablo Skora knows what it takes to be a champion, and we'll be looking for that in today's batch of ballers. One spot over from Skora is Rocky Mayorga from Colombia, a third-place finisher at the 2010 World Final in Cape Town, South Africa, and looking like a Dapper Dan today. All right. Our 4th of 5 judges is none other than the sport's first world champion from 2008, Frenchman Cian Gagné. He is a style master and showman, and we'll be looking for that in our competition. And the missing spot will be filled by a man who has won more than a dozen domestic and international titles in South America and Europe, where he also won 6 trophies with Paris Saint-Germain. It is none other than former Brazil captain and 1994 World Cup winner, Rai. Well, Daniel, this all started for you back in 2008 in
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo.
Yeah, we're back.
Cian Gagné was the man doing his best to get everybody's attention, and tell you what, you started your career off there as well.
Yeah, that's right. I actually got kicked out here in the quarterfinals when Cian became a world champion.
So our first world champion, and we'll go into the rec books for that as we move to 2 years later, 2010, in Cape Town, South Africa, when a big boy from up north, Azun, takes the win. And we talked about him a little bit. And then in 2012, in Italy, Takura was the man everybody was looking at. And then last year, 2013, a fantastic effort by the Pole, Shimo, and he is still in contention today, so he is going to be looking for it. And of course, there's Cian Gagné, a man who everybody tried to emulate right off the top, and such a great showman, and like we said in our judges presentation, probably one of the best qualified judges out there today.
Totally, I agree.
Já tivemos o nosso Pedrinho passando pelo Gunter. Já tivemos o Shimo passando pelo.
So there we see our location, and we're looking at the roster, and we've also already gone through our first battle in the round of 16. So we see that Shimo and Pedrinho are moving on to the quarterfinal. We still have a few more battles to go in the round of 16 before we get down to our final, and it's been exciting so far. Really good battles. And the first one, we thought, I mean, these first 2 battles have been close. I mean, 2 votes to 2 votes, and then it was just a deciding vote, and both of those deciding votes came down to Sion. How much pressure is that for him?
Yeah, you can really tell that the level has increased so much since Tokyo last year. So it's a really tough decision for the judges today.
All right, coming up next from Poland, Mick Rick going up against Krish. So a couple of Polish guys battling head-to-head here. So one Pole is going to be eliminated in this heat.
Yeah, that's right. We already have one Polish competitor in the next round. Let's see if we can get another one. Well, it's going to be a Polish guy anyway, but who? Krzyzewski is playing his first Red Bull Street Style World Final. It's the same for Mick Rick, so both are new to this stage.
Difference here is experience versus being here for the first time. And Mick Rick, we were talking about him earlier, is a really well-known and well-experienced baller, so it's going to be a question of whether or not the 2 poles on stage are making each other feel comfortable in this setting, or if it's going to be a battle of nerves.
Krzyzewski starting off really nice with some stalls and now some uppers.
5 seconds.
And a roller. Mick Rick starting straight away with some signature moves here. No touch. Mick Rick is very well known for hardly not making any mistakes, I wanted to say. Dragon Stall.
You jinxed him.
This is incredibly hard because you hardly don't see the ball here.
I'll be honest, watching Chris yesterday in the qualification round, he looked very nervous, very unsure. Today, he's looking solid.
Yeah, you're right. He's a little bit of a shy guy, so he had to warm up a bit, but seems like he's ready now. Very nice creative combination here.
5 seconds.
And like you see, both do a lot of soul stalls variation. Now he's going to respond with his signature move, the calf stall here. Very nice toe stall.
Oh, yeah. Kip up, tried for the next stall, but it didn't quite go.
Struggling with his control a little bit here. Good style on the lowers, alternative landings here. Very nice.
He's looking a lot more relaxed now. Absolutely. You can see even in the way that he maneuvers the ball and his feet around the ball, it almost looks lazy.
Yeah, you're right. It's a bit lazy. There's only one problem that Krzyzewski has, is that some of the moves he does are created by his opponent, and the judges will know this. So it's not counted as creativity.
Now hit the dance floors, gonna make you sweat till you bleed. Is that dope enough? Indeed, I paid the price to control the dice. I'm all precise. To the point, I'm nice. To the music, take control. Your heart, soul unfold. Your body is free and behold.
Oh, very nice.
Couple of big mistakes there by Mick Rick, and I think that we are going to have the young guy going on. We'll see what the judges have to say as Arai keeps a close eye on his decision.
I have to disagree with you. I think Mick Rick is going to take this.
You think so? All right. Well, we're in the middle of a head-to-head ourselves, so let's play armchair judge.
Yes.
Those micro movements, those little tiny movements, just always find it incredible.
Yeah, you're right. The touches of Mick Rick are very subtle, and for the regular audience, sometimes it's even hard to understand what he does because it's so hard.
So, Mick Rick's
score.
Chris, oh, here we go again.
Raí
Chris.
Rocky.
2-1.
E agora
Oh, it's another tiebreaker here.
Unbelievable.
I feel sorry for Sian today. It always ends up in his hands, but it's going to go to Chris. Gotcha. You owe me a drink on that one, Dan.
Oh my, oh my. This is really an upset for me. You can see in me, Chris, that he doesn't agree with the decision.
Looking back at some of the slow-mo replays here, I mean, you know, a couple mistakes on both sides for these guys, and I'm not the expert. This is, you know, this is your bailiwick, but from a layman's standpoint, looking at this, you know, it just seemed to me like Chris was a little bit more relaxed into the situation and had fewer mistakes in the long run.
Yeah, you're right about that. But for me, what gives the decision usually is that because I know where the tricks come from and I know who creates the trick, and for me, creating the trick is at least half the work.
Yeah.
So that's why I was going like 60% to mistakes.
All right, coming up next, we've got Andrew Anderson, a.k.a. Andrew from the UK, going up against Sebastian Ortiz, otherwise known as Boyka from Colombia.
It's really interesting to see Boyka competing here with Rocky as a judge because he is his inspiration. For example, this trick is a Rocky trick. Very nice.
Giving a bit of attitude to Andrew.
Not impressed.
Not having it at all. No, I think we're going to see Andrew come in and attack this.
5 seconds.
Andrew is very good in responding to his opponent's set. So he always waits what the opponent does and then he goes over it. He also tried to use the whole stage, so it's really dynamic. Very nice into a roller to sit downs.
A nice smooth transition as well.
Shin rolls. And this requires so much strength going up on the shin stall.
All right, back to Boyka.
No touch combo. Alternative Omi Michi, very nice.
5 seconds.
This all stall, no, not doing it. See again, Andrew's trying to reply with a no-touch combo because Boyka did it as well. This is one of his signature tricks. I think he's the only one that can do this.
That was a power move as well.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
this. I mean, that just...
Backflip. Two backflips.
And a catch. So talk about responding. That's a big response here from Boyka. Big deal.
This is a real battle. Very nice. Jordan stall. Two spin. It's going down.
5 seconds.
Laying out the red carpet. This is where Andrew's got to come and explode in this last 30-second block.
3 revolution tricks, very nice.
Oh!
That didn't go as planned there.
Bate palma aí, rapaziada.
I want to see that in slow-mo, actually, that head stall backflip catch. Nice combo right there.
Não, o colombiano realmente estava incrível. O cara deu um mortal ali, pegou a bola no meio e ele acreditou que a consciência
Right off the bat.
foi sensacional. Vamos ver
I think the judges are going to be pretty divided about this battle as well.
Well, both have signature tricks in there. Both have, you know, a definite style of their own. Both have the power moves as well, and you know, the backflip catch is one prime example of that.
This is what I mean with, like, when I say dynamic freestyle. Andrew's always all over the place, which can be good, but sometimes it can be a little bit too much as well. But this time he didn't overdo it, so it was really good.
All right, here we go. Judging decision for the battle between Andrew and Boyka.
Starts with you. Começamos com Nam the Man. Who won this battle?
Andrew gets a vote from Nam the Man.
Scorer.
Andrew gets 2.
Votos para ele, Rai.
Boyka gets the South American vote.
And now we're going to get to the Colombian judge.
Essa segundo Rocky.
Another tie.
2-2. A decisão mais
Down
uma
to Sian.
vez. É com o último jurado.
The whole
Atenção,
game playing
quem
on
venceu
the
essa
stage might play a factor for
cena?
Sian here because he likes that psyching out. Oh, and he goes with Andrew. Wow, I'm actually a little bit surprised by that decision, but you know, it could have gone either way. Both of these guys performed phenomenally well.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. You can tell that Andrew wasn't sure either because he's very relieved.
Yeah, I thought just simply because of the way that Boyka was, you know, with the little wave and the wink and the little psych outs on stage there, that Sian would have gone his direction, because that's right up Sian's alleyway as far as style is concerned.
Yeah, you're right. Sian is really an expert when it comes to battling. He loves the musicality, the attitude, and in general the stage presence. So, yeah, well, this way went to Andrew.
So our next battle number 5 here, round of 16, Esteban Hernandez Acosta, aka El Pantera from Mexico, going up against Ricardo, otherwise known as Ricardino.
Yes, Esteban is part of the Cascarita crew. It's a very big crew in Mexico. Freestyle is very big in Mexico nowadays. Very nice to see the scene developing. Ricardinho is a bit unexperienced, but yeah, this guy has no limits, so he's very good. So we'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah, and actually he seems pretty relaxed, given that, you know, he's experienced and young. So you know, all in all, I think we might have ourselves a good battle on our hands here, and El Pantera will start off things here. Esteban.
Some uppers to back head stall is actually a very difficult trick. Around the moon, to lowers, some blocking, into eclipse.
Get jazzy on.
Perfect round by Esteban, very clean.
Yeah, flawless. Ricardino at it now.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. That's going to cost him right there.
Yeah, that's probably the 8th thing. He was trying to push too far on the combo. You see that a lot with young freestylers. They go one trick too far, then they drop it. This is what I meant earlier on with sometimes it's okay with the hands. He started his round with the hands, and that's accepted.
I got that ball spinning nice and fast.
Some soul control here. He's going with his foot around the ball. Again, a very good round by Esteban.
Again, hey?
Yeah.
Just trying a little bit too hard.
Let's see if he still can recover from this. trying to do the same trick. Yes, he goes for the pala combo. Unbelievable, very nice. Esteban has hardly made a mistake in the whole battle, and just now he does one, but his round is finished. I'm gonna do a Jordan stall now.
5
seconds.
And time's up.
Was a good solid finish though. Just didn't have everything he needed during the run, I think, and during the battle. But I think fairly clear this one's going to go to Esteban. Right?
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Esteban looking very sharp, very focused. He did all different the elements of freestyle with control. And yeah, he should take this one quite easily.
Muito difícil, meu querido. Muito difícil. É só dar uma olhada ali no replay. Você vai ver o nível técnico. Olha o upper do mineiro com muito flow. Terminou mandando muito bem. Só que fez a transição para o touchdown.
All right, so judging decision time here.
Dos juízes, let's go for judge decision. Now I want to. Agora eu quero ver. Hein? Começando com The Man.
Ricardinho Brasil.
Ricardinho.
Decisão agora do Score.
É o Pantera México.
O nosso
Esteban.
Raí.
So it's tie so far. Ricardinho. Oh my goodness. Rocky's vote. It's all been tiebreakers today. There's been no sweeps. Hey! And again. Esteban 2. Ricardinho 2.
Seems like every battle is like this now.
Yeah, it's just incredible. There you go, Esteban.
Mexico takes it.
Just though, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, next battle number 6 coming up is Martin Schopf up against Carlos Alberto Iacono, aka Charlie.
Yeah, it's a very interesting battle because you cannot find two different freestyles that are more different in actually in everything, in the type of tricks, the attitude on stage, and they're complete opposite. So I'm really curious how it's going to be. You can already tell probably the way they're addressed that they are very different.
Sensacional.
Sweep crew at
Estamos fazendo aquela limpeza mais uma vez, a umidade, obviamente, choveu e tudo mais. E a gente vai para a próxima batalha do Red
Yeah,
Bull
like we said before, it's very important that the surface they freestyle on is nice and clean and dry, so the freestylers can maintain their balance.
E aí, o Martin da Áustria.
All right, here we go. There's Martin.
O argentino Charlie.
And Charlie.
Salve de palmas aí, rapaziada.
É, meu querido, é Argentina.
Well, Charlie knows what it takes to get to the final.
Yeah, you're right. He took second place last year in Haino in Tokyo.
O argentino está de bermuda e o parceiro ali da Áustria está de calça jeans para o futebol freestyle.
É, amigo, o calor. É que hoje choveu, né? Tá mais tranquilo. Mas é isso aí, é isso
So
aí.
we have Maradona
Vamos que
against the
vamos,
B-boy
começando
here
com o
on stage.
argentino. Simbora, Max.
3, 2, 1, valendo!
Charlie looking very good here. nice and a boss combo here with the slapper. Straight to the transition to sit down. Very nice and fast.
5 seconds.
Some soul stuff here, some calf juggles. Into the freeze, one hand.
Olha a torcida aí pro Martin
To sit down. The thing is with Schopp is that he does a lot of moves and not everything necessarily is with the ball.
We have a saying in hockey, sometimes the best players are the players that know how to play without the puck.
Exactly. Other Brazilians will like this. Some Latin music on the background. Jordan Stolmer, takes him a while to get there. Oh, he doesn't around the world. In the air. That's next generation stuff. Some blocking, some ducking. Two reverse crossover, some bouncing tricks. And he takes it back. Very nice.
5 seconds.
Nice finish.
It's very impressive. Sometimes it can get a bit repetitive.
Sometimes it's also about being able to understand where he's coming from with some of his tricks.
Back to sit downs.
5 seconds.
Last round by Schopp. Let's see what's gonna bring. Jordan Stolmer, takes him a while to get there. Oh, he doesn't around the world. In the air. That's next generation stuff.
See who will be moving on to the
Os jurados começando com Nem The Man.
Charlie gets the first vote from Nem The Man.
Oh, all the battle score. Charlie.
Charlie gets two.
Charlie de novo
Second one coming from
vai.
Scora.
Vamos ver aí.
Martin gets the vote from
Mas agora eu
Raya.
quero ver. Agora eu quero ver. Rocky. Opa.
Charlie.
Oh, Charlie avança,
Rocky's just been a
portanto,
clown
e o
all weekend long. A shirt tie, standing up for each judging decision. Martin. So there we go. 3 for Charlie, 2 for Martin. That means Charlie is moving on to the next round.
Argentino avança.
3-2. Mais uma, meu querido. Será que a próxima também será 3-2?
All right, last 2 battles coming up. Battle number 7 and 8. First one's going to be Luquinas from Brazil going up against Erland from Norway.
Yeah, this is quite a special battle. Not just because it's the 3rd Brazilian in the top 16, but also because it's his birthday today for Luquinas.
Ah!
So happy birthday. He's taking it against Erland from Norway, one of the new generation from Norway. Very great talent. He has a lot of creative tricks, very smooth. Very nice.
Luquinas looking very, very somber and serious in his picture there.
Yeah, he looks a bit like a tough guy, but I know him quite well. He's actually very gentle.
Bela batalha, vale mais uma vez a torcida da galera toda aqui. Para o brasileiro Luquinhas, hein? Um garoto de 16 anos de idade. Vamos ver quem vai se dar melhor.
They have a saying in German for kids that look like that, milk booby. looks like a little boy.
I don't think I'm gonna ask for what it means, but you just told me.
Just means he's got a little boy's face. But he balls like a man.
That's for sure. Very nice transition here.
I was impressed with him during the qualification rounds. I mean, you know, this young kid comes out, didn't look nervous, didn't look overly tense. His parents looked more tense on the sidelines than he ever did on stage. So, you know, that says a lot about his maturity, I think is the best word to say. Both these guys have had small mistakes in their battle rounds so far. I think we're pretty evenly matched up at this point.
Yeah, you're right. Luquinhas' strongest point is absolutely his low body combo. So we're starting off with that, and I'm very curious what he's going to bring in the last two rounds. Oh, rake to top stall, very difficult. Going into some uppers, a roller, here another roller, another one. Same trick, but weak side. Oh, very nice. That's what we call in freestyle a transition. Use it all here. Oh, very nice, but he drops it.
Boy, a couple of mistakes there is going to cost him in a big way with the judging panel here. And so far, for me, Erland's been much cleaner.
Let's see how his last round goes. No touch combo. Nice. The thing is with Erland, he makes everything look very natural, not like he's trying too hard, and that's a great bonus in freestyle.
And his transition game is just amazing. I mean, he gets up and down from these different moves so easily.
Last round for Luquinhas. Spinning top head stall from upper side to side. Usually when it comes to tactics in a freestyle battle, it's actually better to end with your best side of freestyle, but a lot of guys actually choose to do the opposite and start with the stronger side.
Oh, that's a rough finish for Luquinhas, and I don't think it's going to be a sweep, but I don't think we're going to see Luquinhas going on to the next round.
Well, you never know. We've seen a lot of 3-2.
You're right. But it was like, you know, you were mentioning earlier on about how the transitions play such a key role, and Erland just transitions up and down so nicely. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's like a thing you see in recent years, that before it was like, okay, someone does strict sit down, someone does strict uppers, and it was like separate things, but nowadays it's everything, they throw everything into the mix.
Well, I think that's the only way to progress here, because there is no, you know, there's no winning a contest without being able to do it all.
Desta batalha, Max. Vamos lá? Now let's go for judge decision. Será que deu brasileiro? Será que deu
all right, judging decision here.
Starts with you, Nem, the man.
Erland, yeah.
Scorer, Erland. Nosso glorioso Raí.
Erland, maybe we will have a sweep, who knows?
Rocky. E aí, Rocky? It's up to you,
Erland, yeah, 4 out of 5 so far. It is, it's a sweep, our first sweep in the round of 16, and there's mom and dad in the crowd, completely excited, and so they should be. Their son has just put on a great show here.
Yeah, I've been following her for the last few days, and she's starting to look more happy every day.
Well, like we were mentioning, you know, she was on the sidelines looking more and more nervous, and he was more and more relaxed up on stage. So good for him to have mom and dad here, and good for him to get them in a relaxed state as well. All right, moving on to our last battle in the round of 16. It's going to be Jirka against Ben. This should
Muito
be a good
bem,
one.
senhoras e
Oh, yeah, for
senhores,
sure.
vamos para a última batalha das oitavas de final. É o Red Bull Street Style
Hiroke
2014.
is actually the one
Vamos para o
that,
outro lado do mundo agora,
that
meu
made
parceiro.
Takura not be here.
Terra do Sol Nascente.
Because he won the Japanese qualification. A lot of people maybe don't know this, but many of these guys actually already won a tournament to even be here. So all of them are winners.
Da Bélgica.
Bangkok, que
I think
algumas
Soufiane
pessoas me
Bangkok won the
perguntavam se
Belgian
ele era
qualifier like
brasileiro.
3 or 4
Mas ele
times
era
in a
do
row,
Ghana,
so I think in his own
não é?
country he's never been defeated.
Mas ele teve todo esse giro lá fora também, sem dúvida nenhuma. Vai ser uma
Just to
batalha
show
e vem
that
com a
this is-
camiseta aí, ó,
there's
toda
only
própria,
winners,
com o escudo da seleção brasileira, o Bangkok, e acho que terá a torcida, talvez, dos brasileiros. Vamos lá então, Max!
Bangkok very proud, representing his crew, Street Style Society from France. Starting with the ground moves, but blind. He putting his hands in front of his eyes.
Style reminiscent of Seat.
That's it. Torres enjoying the show. Small touches, chin, up and down, breakdance touch in between, and smile. Sit down. This is his signature trick. Spinning soul without using the old foot, other foot, sorry.
You know what I really like about Bangkok style is he gets the music involved with it as well. And this is something I've noticed from a few of the guys. They do it a little bit, but they don't really play to the music. And that, I think, is a major factor that has to come into it down the road for all of these freestyle footballers.
I absolutely agree with you. Bangkok is very good in musicality.
Yeah, because it's reminiscent of that hip-hop lifestyle as well, and that hip-hop lifestyle, you know, if you watch the Red Bull BC1, for instance, it's a big deal that they interpret the music that they're hearing. They don't get to choose the music, they have to interpret and dance to that music, and I think that should be a major factor in the
In Tokyo, because in the same round he was battling against another Japanese now from Japan, and then it was 3-2 to Bangkok. So let's see what happens now.
So Bangkok gets the first vote from Nam the Man. Boyka gives Bangkok the pull as well. Bangkok gets it. Oh boy. And it's our next. That's funny. The last two battles have been 5-0 decisions for the winners in each of those battles. So good job by Bangkok. He is going to go up against Erland in the quarterfinals. And I tell you what, Erland is going to be in tough right there with the style and the creativity and the artistry, I'm going to say, in this case, of Bangkok.
Yeah, only 8 men left. Shimo from Poland against Pedrinho from Brazil.
Well, if you're wondering about what's going on here, folks, or if you're just tuning in, we are at the Red Bull Street Style World Finals in Brazil, and we're looking at our outside venue where the main stage for the battles are, and you can see just a little piece of the main stage tarp covering. It's raining here. It still continues to rain, but there's hundreds of people outside watching the action from our practice stage where we're actually running the competition now. They're watching on the big screen outside. So, you know, the folks from Salvador de Bahia, have come out in droves to watch this, and with the rain pouring down on them, they're still out there and enjoying it and celebrating freestyle football and having a good time in the city of happiness here. So it's really great to see that they're still out there and able to enjoy it on the big screen that Red Bull has set up as we move back inside to our contest venue and take a look here at the bracket showing us our quarterfinal matchups. And boy, there are some big matchups. Shimon